Good morning, students. This is Shiv Krishna from the Department of Mechanical Engineering, DBS Institute of Technology, Kavali. Today I am going to presentation on history of TQM. So last class we can discuss about what is TQM, concepts of TQM, and definitions of the TQM, traditional approach of TQM, next key elements of the TQM, benefits of the TQM, gurus of TQM, evaluation of TQM, so roles and elements of the TQM. So these are all the last previous class I can discuss in PPT. Today we are going to discuss about history of the TQM. Next, management philosophies. Next, Deming's 14 principles, and finally, gurus, management gurus in TQM. So this PPT we can discuss it. So first slide, history of TQM, history of total quality management. The history of total quality management began initially as a term coined by the Naval Air System Command to describe its Japanese style management approach to quality management, an umbrella methodology for continuously improving the quality of all processes. It draws on a knowledge of the principles and particles also. The behavior sciences, the analysis of quantitative and non-quantitative data, economic theories, next process analysis. So these are all the total quality management process. History of total quality management in 1920s to today. So 1920s scientific management principles. So 1930s Shiva development SQC methods. Next in 1946 ASQ, then ASQC formula. In 1950s TQM and quality concept development. 1968 quality management systems. In today quality standards and QMS. So we can discuss it one by one. In 1920s, some of the first seeds of a quality management were planned as a principles of scientific management swept through US industry. Business clearly spreaded the process of planning and carrying out the plan, and union opposition across as workers were developed of the voice in the conditions and functions of their work. The hands-on experiments in the late 1920s showed how worker productivity could be impacted by participation. In 1930s, Walter Schiehartz developed the method of statistical analysis and control of quality. In 1950s, W. Edward Deming taught methods for statistical analysis and control of quality to Japanese engineers and executives. This can be considered the origin of TQM. Next, Joseph M. Guran taught the concept of controlling quality and managerial breakthroughs. Next, Armand V. Forginbaum book Total Quality Control for the present understanding of TQM was published. Next, Philip B. Crosby's promotion of zero defects passed the way of quality improvement in many companies. In 1968, the Japanese named their approach to total quality company-wide quality control. It is around this time that the term quality management system arises. Karo Ishiwaka's synthesis of the philosophy contributed to Japanese ascendancy as a quality leader. In today, TQM is named for the philosophy of a broad and systematic approach to managing organizational quality. Quality standards such as ISO 9000 series and quality award programs such as the Deming Prize and the Malcolm Badgin National Quality Award specify principles and process that compares TQM. TQM has a term to describe an organization's quantity policy and produce has fallen out of favor as international standards for quality management have been developed. Please see our series of pages in quality management systems for more information. So these are the history of the total quality management. Next, quality management philosophies. So what are the quality management philosophies? So Dr. W. Edwards Deming, so in the year 1900 to 1993, is considered to be a father of modern quality. Dr. Deming preached that to achieve the highest level of performance requires more than a good philosophy, that organization must change its behavior and adopt new ways of doing businesses. Deming approach were emphasized summary up to famous 14 points. So Deming's 14 points is a very famous of the Edward Deming philosophies. So what are the 14 points of the Deming's management? So Deming's management 14 points of the first point, create constancy of purpose towards toward important of the product and service so as to become competitive, stay in businesses and provide jobs. So point number 2, adopt the new philosophy. We are in a new economic age. We no longer need a live with commonly accepted levels of delay, mistake, defective material and defective workmanship. Point number 3, case dependence on mass inspection requires instead statistical evidence that quality in the built-in. Next, point 4, improve the quality of incoming material, end the practice of awarding businesses on the basics of price alone, instead depend on meaningful measures of quality along with price. Point number 5, find the problems, constantly improve the system of production and services. There should be continual reduction of waste and continual improvement of quality in every activity as to yield a continual rise in productivity and decrease in costs. Next, point 6, Institute modern methods of training and education for all. Modern methods on the job. Training use control chart to determine whether a worker has been properly trained and is able to perform the job correctly. Statistical method must be used to discover when training is complete. Point number 7. Institute modern methods of supervision. The emphasis of production supervisors must be help people to do a better job. Improvement of quality with automatically improve productivity. Management must prepare to take immediate action on response for supervisors concerning problems such as inherited defects, lack of maintenance of machines, poor tools of fuzzy operational definitions. Point 8. Fear is a barrier to improvement, so drive out fear by encouraging effective two-way communication and other mechanics that will enable everybody to be a part of change, to belong to it. Fear can offer to found all the levels in the organization. Fear of change, fear of the facts that is may be necessary to learn a better way of working, and fear that their positions might be suppressed frequently affected middle and higher management. Whilst on the shop floor, workers can also fear the effects of change on their jobs. Point 9. Break down barriers between departments and staff area. People in different areas such as research, design, sales, administration, and production must work in a teams to solve problems that may be encountered with product or services. So next point 10. Eliminate the use of slogans, posters, and excursions for the workforce, demanding zero defect and new levels of productivity without providing methods. Such excursions only create adversarial relationships. Point number 11. Eliminate work standards that prescribe numerical codes for the workforce and numerical goals for people in the management. Substitute aids that helpful leadership. And point number 12. Remove the barriers that rob hourly workers and people in the management of their right to pride of the workmanship. This implies abolition of the annual merit rating, appraisal of performance, and of management by objective. Point number 13. Institute a vigorous programs of education and encourage self-improvement for everyone. What an organization needs is not just good people, it needs people that are improving with education. Point number 14. Top management permanent commitment to ever improving quality and productivity must be clearly defined and a management structure created that will continuously take action to follow the preceding 13 points. So these are all the 40 principles of Deming management points. So next, quality management gurus. So what are the quality management gurus? So we have 8 gurus in the quality management. So the first one is W. Edwards Deming, Joseph M. Guran, Philip B. Crosby, Armand Valin Forgenbang, Karov Ishikawa, David A. Garvin, next Shinjo, next Gunchi Taguchi. So these are all the 8 gurus in the quality management. Despite there are 8 gurus in assuming total quality management, but there are differences in their opinions. So we can discuss it one by one. So the first one is 3 groups of gurus. So in these gurus have 3 groups. In early 1950s, American who took the message of quality to Japan. In late 1950s, Japan who developed new concept in response to the Americans. In 1970s and 1980s, Western gurus who followed the Japanese industrial successes. So the first one, W. Edward Deming. So you can see the figure also. So the born in the Deming is October 14, 1990. So the death is December 20, 1993. Dr. W. Edward Deming is known as the father of the Japanese post-war industrial revival and was regarded by many as a leading quality gurus in the United States. His expertise was used during World War II to assist the United States in its effort to improve the quality of war materials. He got his PhD in the state in physics and math. Get his first employment chance in an electricity company in Chicago. He taught physics, mathematics, statics, and quality in Japan. Deming is best known for the management philosophy, establishing quality, productivity, and competitive positions. So Deming focuses are 5 ideas. So the Deming is focused in 5 major ideas. So the first one is statistical process controlling. So SPC. Next, Deming philosophy. Next, Deming 14 points. Next, Deming cycle for continuous improvement. 7 deadly diseases of quality. So we can discuss it one by one. So, the first one is statistical process controlling, SPC. It is a process which aims at achieving good quality during manufacture thoughts prevention rather than direction. It is concerned with controlling the process. Process means mission, which make the product through inspecting the mission rather than the product itself. For example, why the salesman cannot sell the same amount every month. So SPC will answer their question by discovering and analyzing these items. So what are these items? So the first one is common causes, which inherent to process as mission faults. Special cases not inherent to the process that should define such a poor performance. Next, third one, natural variation producing certain amount of defects. Fourth one, significantly different variation discovering exactly where it is by management. Note, Deming said 80% depends on management, 20% depends on employee. Next, Deming philosophy. The quality and the productivity increases when the process fluctuation decreases. So the Deming philosophy is plan, do, study, act. So he is the principle of the Deming philosophy. So first we can do the planning. Next, when planning is completed, then do the work. Next, and study the work and implement the plan. So this is the philosophy of the Deming: plan, do, study, act. So next, Deming 14 points. So what are the 14 points of the Deming? Create consistency of purpose for improving productivity, products and services. Adopt the new philosophy. Cease dependence on inspection to achieve quality. End the practice of awarding businesses on price alone. Instead, minimizing tool cost by working with a single supplier. Improve consistency and forever every process for planning, production and services. Institute training on the job. Adopt and institute leadership. Drive out fear. Break down barriers between staff area. Eliminate slogans, extortions and targets for the workforce. Eliminate numerical codes for the workforce and numerical goals for management. Remove barriers that rob people of pride of workmanship and eliminate the annual rating or merit system. Institute a vigorous program of education and self-improvement for everyone. Put everybody in the company to work accomplishing the transformation. So these are the 14 points of the Deming, 14 points of the management. Next, Deming cycle. So you already know that Deming cycle is plan, do, check, act. So plan what is needed, do it, check that it works, act to correct any problems and improve performance. So these are all the Deming cycle. So first of plan, do, check, act. So plan. So what is needed? So which problem is needed? Which solution is needed for the problem? So that one is the first thing. Plan what is needed. Then definitely you can do it this plan. First checking. So the plan it works. Next act to correct any problems or improve performance. So these are all the Deming cycle. Next, Deming's 7 deadly diseases. So what are they? So the lack of constancy of purpose to plan product and services that will have a market and keep the company in businesses and provide jobs. Emphasis on short-term profiles, short-term thinking, just the opposite from constancy of the purpose to stay in businesses, fed by fear of unfriendly takeover and by push from bankers and owners for dividends. Evaluation of performance, merit rating or annual review. Mobility of management, job hopping. Management by use only of visible figures with little or no consideration of figures that are unknown or unknowable. Excessive medical cost. Excessive cost of liability swallowed by lawyers that work on contingency fails. Contingency fees. So the next guru is Joseph M. Buran. He born on December 20, 1904. He died is February 28, 2008. He is an American. Joseph Curran is an internationally acclaimed quality guru, similarly to Edward Deming, strongly influencing Japanese manufacturing practices. Joseph Curran's belief that quality does not happen by accident gave rise to the quality trilogy. So this is the Joseph Guru believes that quality does not happen by accident, give rise to the quality trilogy. So Guran ideas are quality definition, break thought concept, international customer, quality trilogy, Pareto analysis, cost of quality, quality council. So these 7 are the Guran ideas of quality management. So the first one is quality definition, fitness of purpose. The statement is not that much easily as it requires asking many questions like what is the real purpose? Are customer internal or external users? Who are the possible customers? So next, break thought concept, sequence of process improvement which take 2 journeys. Journey from symptoms to cause, journey from cause to remedy. So these are the two journeys. So next, internal customers. Quality is associated with customer satisfaction and dissatisfaction. So satisfaction occurs when the product has superior performance and features. Dissatisfaction when we have defects and deficiencies. So these are all the dissatisfaction and satisfaction. Next, customer satisfaction has two dimensions, internal and external. So what is internal? Building the product and the service correctly. External, matching customer requirements and meet their expectations. So these are all the two dimensions of the customer satisfaction. Next, quality council, a group of experts who are responsible for supervising in the application of quality. Guran Big Q. Quality doesn't the concern of the production or the total quality within the organization, but it extends to link between organization departments, operation and services. So next, Guran quality cost. Appraisal cost, prevention cost, failure cost, internal failure cost, external failure cost. So these five are the Guran quality cost. So the first one is appraisal cost. Cost of costs of activities designed to ensure quality or uncover defects. Inspection. Prevention cost. All TQ training, TQ planning to prevent defects from occurring. Failure cost. Cost incurred by defective parts or products or faulty services. Internal failure cost. Cost incurred to fix problems that are defected before the products or services is delivered to the customer. External failure cost. All costs incurred to fix problems that are detected after the product or services is delivered to the customer. Guran three role models. He assumed that every process has an internal customer and supplier with linked to each other through a process to reach the optimum quality. Next, Guran sixth point, Guran Pareto analysis, a universal problem solving methodology in which we list the key problem into a table and ranking them from the highest to the lowest and trying to solve the deficiencies. So the next one, last one is quality trilogy. Quality planning. Determine the organization internal and external customers. Determine customer needs, requirements and expectations. Design the product to achieve customer satisfaction. Prepare a design to achieve a good quality. So quality control. Determine variation and make decision. Measure performance and results. Compare the results with the stated objectives. Quality improvements. Define quality goals, train the workers, develop a problem solving statements. The next gurus will be discussed in next class. So today I discussed about only two gurus, Edward Deming and Guran. Thank you.